Welcome to Grow and Preserve. I'm Carter and I'm so glad you're here. This one's going to be different. I hope it's going to be fun. David is traveling for a few days, so I am going to be cooking for one for about a week. So I thought I would bring you along with me and I'll kind of show you what I do. I don't have any specific recipes planned. It's not going to be anything but good and easy. I have an entire week packed full of canning projects I want to get done. So the last thing I want to do is stop in the middle of a canning project and make myself food. So I could easily just pop something in the microwave or just pull it out and plate it up or add it to a salad or whatever. It makes my life so much easier. So I'm going to try to get a bunch of things done. So the first thing we're going to try tonight, this is the first night David is gone, so I haven't really made anything yet. I have some leftovers for lunch. But this is going to be, I guess I would call it a frittata if I were going to add potatoes, or maybe a quiche if I were going to put it in a pie dish with a crust. I'm not doing either of those things. I'm just going to bake some sausage, and these are some leftover grilled and frozen peppers and onions from the other day. And I have some eggs from this new farm that I found. They also had the sausage. So we're going to try these out because I'm hoping to find another good source for some pasture-raised eggs and meat. And then, so I have all their eggs in here. I have 8 eggs in here, and a pound of pork sausage, and I don't know, maybe a cup of peppers and onions. And if I could eat dairy, I would add some cheese. I can't, so I'm going to do Nutritional yeast instead. And it's going to puff up, and it's going to be beautiful, and we will have a homegrown tomato on the side. So that's dinner tonight. Okay, so I've just had the pork going. And this feels like a lot of pork, even for me to have for 4 meals or so. So I may end up only doing half of this, or 2/3 maybe, and save the rest for another meal. But it looks delicious. As you know, pasture pork is generally more lean than other regular pork products. So I did add some avocado oil. While my egg concoction finishes cooking, let's slice a tomato. This is a German Johnson, fresh from the garden. I picked it, I guess, a couple days ago. I had a little splitting, little cracking here from some rain, so I went ahead and pulled it in. Let's see how it is. This will be the first German Johnson this year. It is one of my favorite tomatoes. Ooh, it looks beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. It's just a stunning tomato. So that is going with my dinner tonight. I'll save the rest. I always hate to save part of a tomato because it ends up going in the fridge and then it's not quite as good, but that's okay. I may end up eating it later. All right, let's take a taste. Down to the end here. It's a great great tomato. Really good tomato. It's very tomatoey in flavor. It's not too sweet. It's not too acidic. It's not smoky. It's just a perfect tomato. It really is. Great for BLTs. Great beside a crazy egg concoction as well. I may actually eat that whole tomato tonight. That is really good. Really, really good. All right, how's that? Dinner for one? Huh, yeah, no, maybe 4 or 5, at least 4 meals. So we'll see. I ended up sticking it in the oven for a couple of minutes just to make sure that the center was set. So I'm gonna let this just rest for a few minutes. I've eaten most of my tomato already while I was waiting, but we'll cut into this and I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. I'm very excited. And don't let me forget, I have to put my glove back on if I'm gonna hold this, because I always forget after it's been in the oven. It's a lesson I have to learn many times over. Okay, let's see if I can get a slice out of here without it falling apart. I ended up slicing the rest of the tomato. If you're not growing German Johnson this year, put it on your list for next year. It is such a good tomato. Oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Hope you can see that. Sausage, peppers, onions. What else is in there? Red pepper flakes and eggs. That's about it. Oh, nutritional yeast. If you don't know about nutritional yeast, it is kind of tastes like Parmesan for those of us who can't eat dairy or people who choose not to eat dairy. It's really, I don't know, once you get used to it, it's pretty darn good. So there it is. That's dinner tonight and breakfast tomorrow and maybe dinner tomorrow night. And we'll see how many times I have this. So I'll slice it all up after I finish eating. So let's take a taste, shall we? Ooh, it is steaming hot. Steaming hot. I think the pepper's too hot. Yum! Oh my gosh, yum. The peppers and onions from the grill are nice and sweet. The sausage is a mild sausage, they call it. I assume it's their breakfast sausage. I did add some hot pepper flakes. It's really delicious. Okay. I'm gonna go eat, and I'll see you back here next time I cook for myself. All right, welcome back to the kitchen. It has been a very good day here. I was in the kitchen all afternoon canning. I did 2 projects. One, my first tomato canning project of the season, so that's very exciting. You'll see that soon. And then the second one was something I've never done before. So that one I'm really excited about as well. So you'll see that one soon as well. Tonight I'm going to make myself some dinner. So last night, I think it was, I made the egg bake thing. I don't know, whatever we're calling that. Had it for dinner last night with a giant tomato. It was fantastic. Had it for breakfast this morning. Didn't have any more big tomatoes, so I served it with a brownie. And we're going to call that perfect. It was really good. By lunchtime, I didn't have anything else to eat. I was canning, I was busy, whatever. I had it again. Still just didn't have the time to run down to, pick some lettuce from the salad bar. So I served it with a brownie again, and by golly, it just works. So anyway, I did that. Tonight, I'm going to make myself some spaghetti. Basically, I have, if you'll remember from the video of the egg thing, or from, I guess, earlier in this video, I have the leftover ½ a pound of sausage. So I'm going to use that. And then I have roasted tomatoes, onions, and garlic. This is all from the garden last year. This is a great, great, great tool to have in your pantry. It has all that flavor built in there. I don't have to chop onions. I don't have to chop garlic. I don't have to worry about whether I have them handy. It's just, this is one of my favorite things to have in the pantry. So I have that. And then I don't normally do just a pasta sauce that's already seasoned. This one siphoned a little bit. But I did this last year. No, I didn't. I did this year in March. So I guess it was with tomatoes out of the freezer. So I'm going to have, it's just a pasta sauce. And I don't even know if I did a video on it. I'll have to look. Maybe I did. Maybe it was part of the big tomato canning thing. Anyway, I can't remember. So I have those things, and then I have a spaghetti squash, a very anemic looking spaghetti squash I might add, from the grocery store. It is in the oven baking, so I've got that. Collected some herbs from the garden, and let's get to it. It's gonna be a super easy meal. I'm thinking that this sauce will go with half the spaghetti squash, so I'll probably have a quarter of a spaghetti squash tonight, a quarter another time, and then the other half of the spaghetti squash will go with some pesto and maybe some cherry tomatoes, which is one of my favorite ways to eat pesto sauce. So this is a sausage from the, regional farm. I say local, but they're not quite local enough to be a local farm, but not bad. They're not too far away. And I really enjoy it. Now I added, if you'll recall, this is a mild breakfast sausage, so I added some chili flakes to it, and that was a really good addition for my taste. Normally I would be using my canned hot Italian sausage for spaghetti, but since I have this in the fridge, we're going to use it tonight. And in these, I have a video on this. I will link it. This is just, you will love me to death if I make these. And this is a ball, I think it's a ball recipe. I think it's the original Blue Book ball recipe, only I made it go a lot faster. I mean, a lot faster. Okay. So that is the base of my spaghetti sauce. And I think even with me chatting, that probably took 45 seconds. I'm going to let that heat up, add the herbs. By then the spaghetti squash should be done. It's been in about 45 minutes. And I just put avocado oil on it. I'll sprinkle it with some olive oil when it comes out, but because of the high heat, I did it at 400. I wanted the avocado oil, and I topped it with some rosemary and some salt. So that's it. All right, the sauce is heated through. Took about, 3 or 4 minutes. So I'm going to add in the herbs. This is oregano from the garden. This is thyme. Actually, the thyme is from the salad bar downstairs. I still have some down there, so I went ahead and took that. And then the basil is from the garden. So I have a ton of basil, which I really like in my pasta. So I'm going to get this mixed in, turn the heat off, and then we'll bring out that spaghetti squash. So as I was saying, I'm going to the farmer's market tomorrow, at the big one in town, and I am really hoping that I find something wonderful. What I really want are figs. Where are the figs? I have not been able to find any figs. If I were back in Atlanta, they'd be around this time of year because they're coming in South Georgia. So I don't know where the figs are, but I want some figs. So I've got several things I'd like to do with that. We will see. I've left tomorrow mostly open for preserving whatever it is I can find. So fingers crossed I find something yummy. All right, let me get the squash out. Not really looking any less anemic than it did going in. But I guess that's what you get this time of year in the grocery store. Alright, let's see how this is going to do here. It's been in the oven for, I don't know, maybe 50-55 minutes now. just going to put a little dollop of olive oil on there. Just a little drizzle, just for flavor. Now, let's have some sauce. I like a lot of sauce. I mean, a lot of sauce. Okay. So there's dinner tonight. I have spaghetti squash when David isn't here, because it's not his favorite. He'll eat it, but I really love it. So I've got it with a spicy little sauce going on. It's gonna be great. So let's see if I can taste it a little bit without like setting my mouth on fire here. It's pretty hot. Ooh, I may get some nutritional yeast to put on this. You could of course put whatever cheese you like, Parmesan, cheddar. I used to love cheddar cheese on top of spaghetti. But those days are over for me. Total comfort food for me. That's so good. Alright, I'm gonna go eat with my dog, and I'll see you next time I cook. Bye-bye. Alright, it's another night of cooking for one. Tonight I'm not really cooking. I'm kind of eating leftovers. So my way to eat leftovers sometimes, more often than not, is to just throw them all in a salad. So I went downstairs earlier today and I picked a bunch of greens down there. So I do have those inside. I was gonna go get some basil, and I was gonna dehydrate some herbs. I was gonna do all kinds of stuff this afternoon. And then the heavens opened up and the rain started falling and it got really dark outside. So anyway, we are having a leftover salad tonight. How about that? All right, so I'm gonna chop this up. I have some dressing that I had in the fridge. I have that sitting in some hot water. There we go. Try to loosen that up a bit and it's solidified. And I'm going to chop this up, get it into my salad bowl, and then we'll have dinner. Love having cold, roasted, or in this case grilled, vegetables in my salad. They're sweet, they're still crunchy. I just think it's such a nice, I don't know, nice way to offset the tartness of the dressing maybe. Also going to add maybe a little bit of apple. I'm going to add, this is chicken that I have in here. I'm going to add some cranberries. I have a shallot dressing that I made, I don't know, several days ago, last week maybe. So today for breakfast, I had more of that egg creation, and it was wonderful. I think I have one breakfast left of that. And so for lunch, I had the same thing I had last night for dinner. So that was the spaghetti squash with the spaghetti sauce on top. It's going to be a very big salad. Make for a pretty salad, doesn't it? Alright, so I think with all that, I don't need the apples. I am going to put some cranberries in and some pecans. So some cranberries. I love cranberries. Lots of sugar I don't need, but I love cranberries. I have some garlic roasting in the oven right now, and it smells so good in this kitchen. Okay. These are soaked and toasted pecans. They're delicious. There we go. So, you know, the olive oil solidifies in the fridge. Hope I'm really hungry tonight. This is a huge salad. Served up. little salad. All right, pretty sure I won't be eating all this salad, but I'm at least gonna give it a shot. All right. So, there we go. Not a bad looking dinner, right? David doesn't know what he's missing. Of course, his sister's probably making something wonderful tonight. So let's see. Now I have grilled onions and peppers and pineapple and chicken in here, plus the cranberries, the soaked and toasted pecans, lettuce, of course, and what? Oh, the creamy shallot dressing. That's it. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay. So I did my job, got rid of everything. Not sure I can eat it all, but we'll see. I'll just leave it at that. We'll see. All right, I'm going to put everything away, go eat my dinner, and I will see you tomorrow. So it's dinner time. I may or may not have a real dinner because I made some bread today. It is, it's beautiful, it's delicious. It's a keto bread, so it's not, unfortunately, a sourdough, which would be even more delicious. But I haven't made it in so long. It's so good. So I'm having that with a little coconut oil butter, and I have some grape jam that's homemade. And I may or may not have anything else resembling food for dinner, so I thought I'd better catch this while I can, and I'll see you in a bit. All right, it's lunchtime again, and I'm starving. So I'm gonna have the same lunch I had yesterday. I tried to film it, and I ended up making a mess. So I'm gonna have it again, which is good because I have leftover pesto. So we made the pesto yesterday, or I made the pesto yesterday. You'll see that. And I just saved a little extra for the rest of my spaghetti squash that I made, I don't know, what was that, 2 or 3 nights ago? I think it was 2 or 3 nights ago. I have a lot of pesto here, and I'm gonna go ahead and use all of it. A lot more pesto than I need for this much spaghetti squash, but that's okay. Get this mixed up a bit. Okay, so there, it's not the prettiest meal, I am so sorry about that, but it gets better when I throw the beautiful little cherry tomatoes on it. This is one of my favorite meals. There you go. So this is my lunch today. I'm very excited about it. I've been filming all day, so it is nice to have something that was in the fridge ready to go. Whoops, see? I made a mess the other day when I did this too. The little cherry tomatoes, just put it over the top. I love the little burst of sweetness, a little burst of flavor. It's fantastic. So anyway, breakfast this morning I had chia pudding. So I might cook something tonight that can be breakfast the next couple of mornings too, because it was really kind of a bummer when I realized I didn't have some kind of an egg dish prepared. So I'll be back with you next time I cook. Okay, it is 7:30 and I just realized I haven't eaten dinner. So I raided the fridge and I found some zesty salsa that needs to be used up. I found some mango salsa that's half empty. And I found 2 leftover, let's drop one of those, 2 leftover tortillas. So then I raided the pantry and I found some raw packed chicken. So I'm just gonna make some, I don't even know what you call them, soft tacos, chicken soft tacos. I also have guacamole in the fridge. So we'll see, this could be a really good dinner. All right, it is 7:30. I'm gonna get started. We're gonna see how long this takes. dogs are going crazy. I don't know if you can hear them. I don't know what's going on out there. Save that for Izzy. Alright, I'm going to put all of the roasted salsa in there. Then I'm going to put the mango salsa on top of my taco, or whatever it is we're going to call this. Guacamole, pretty exciting. Love mango salsa. You see these neat little packages at Costco? They're shaped like an avocado. They're expensive. Of course, everything is expensive these days, but they're pretty good. It's just smushed avocado, which suits me perfectly. I'm going to have two. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to have one, because I think I'm going to save one for a wrap for tomorrow. I think one will do just fine. I'll do that. Which means I'm going to have some leftover chicken. But that's okay too. All right, let's serve this up. Oh, I'll overfill it a bit. There we go. Now let's go for guac next. I'm going to show you this, don't worry. Okay, so here's how we look with the chicken and the guac. Now we're going to put some mango salsa on top. Looking pretty good. It's a huge taco. Not sure I meant for it to be this big. Alrighty, you see that taco? That is an awesome looking taco. I can try to take a bite. It may not be pretty, but I'll try. Alright, it is, oh, let me tell you what time it is. It is 7:35. So dinner took me 5 minutes tonight because I'm cooking from the pantry. Okay, big bite. Pretty tasty. Nothing easier than making a taco or a burrito or a flauta or whatever. Use your canned meats. Use your canned meats. Use all the beautiful sauces and enjoy. All right, I'm gonna go eat and I will see you next time I cook. Probably tomorrow morning because I didn't make breakfast ahead. All right, see you soon. Bye-bye. All right, it's time for lunch, so I'm gonna make myself a little lunch. I sent my husband to the store the other day for cilantro for a recipe, and this is what he came home with. And if you're thinking, boy, that looks a whole lot more like kale than it does cilantro, you'd be right. So today I'm having some kale chips with my lunch. So anyway, this is a quick and easy recipe that I've used dozens of times. It's not my recipe. I will link it down below, but I think it's great. I love kale chips, but this is a particularly kind of spicy, good, yummy, earthy recipe. So anyway, I'm just gonna get this made and then we'll make the rest of the lunch.
We were made out here on the road, and our love takes center stage every single show. But lately you've been distant, and I don't know what for. Something's changed, you can't see my face in the crowd no more. Something's changed, you can't see my face in the crowd no more. We were made for each other to hold on to. I was carved out of redwood beneath your moon. I was birthed in the mountain under the sun. Something's changed, you can't see my face in the crowd no more. Something's changed, you can't see my face in the crowd no more. Something's changed, you can't see my face in the crowd no more.
Okay, time for lunch. I'm excited. So I made a turkey roll up, turkey wrap, whatever you want to call it, with mayo, and I used my hot pepper relish that I just made the other day. Did a video on that. I don't know if it's out yet. I originally tasted this on a spoon. Well, that was a mistake because it's very hot on a spoon. But put it on something like it's supposed to be, and it's absolutely incredible. So I actually doubled up. I added more after my first bite here to make sure I was going to survive it. And it's really good. So when the video comes out, watch that one. All right, so my week of cooking for one is almost done. I have one more day. I'm pretty excited about my little sandwich here. I might have the exact same thing for dinner because it's quite delicious and it's easy. And the chips are already done. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna go eat my lunch and I'll see you soon. All right, so David comes home later today. So I wanted to get in one last cooking for one meal, and I wanted to do something different, but I couldn't. I am so addicted. I'm having this again. I had this turkey roll-up wrap, whatever you want to call it, yesterday for lunch, along with my kale chips. I had this exact same thing yesterday at dinner, and I'm having it again for lunch today. I have been through over half of this jar. I am addicted to this stuff. I learned my lesson. I will never again try to eat it on a spoon because woohoo, that was something else. But that has been 3 wraps for me. So I'm putting more and more on there, and I just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. In fact, so much so that I'm kind of thinking I need to run to the store to get some more turkey so that David can try it. He can have the same thing. Because I'll have to get some more kale, or we'll tell him it's cilantro, for him too, because I think he might need the same thing for dinner tonight. So anyway, I thank you so much for being with me this week. I hope you had fun with it. I had fun with it, and I was happy to have you here because I could talk to the dog, and that was about it. So I was really glad you were here. So I look forward to seeing you next time, and if you enjoyed this, we'll do it again. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.